Morning everybody, take 3. I've had a coughing bout on both of the videos that I've tried to put up and I've had to stop them. I think it's because it's quite dry, so I might have to stop and keep having a drink, so you'll have to excuse me. Anyway, what have I been doing? Well, yesterday we decided to go out to Cromford Mill, which is a World Heritage Site, and it's about 10 miles away from where we live, so it doesn't take long to get there. When my husband was working, and he used to work Saturdays, we had a whippet at the time, and I used to take the dog for a walk every day for an hour with my friend, and then at weekends I'd take her with me, you know, if I was with my husband somewhere, or if he was working. On quite a few occasions I'd walk to Cromford. So we decided to go to Cromford. It's absolutely beautiful. We had a walk round the grounds of St Mary's Church, where Richard Arkwright's grave is. The Arkwright's graves are around the back of the church. Richard Arkwright was one of the first people to have you know, he was part of like a factory of industry. It was one of the first proper factories of industry at Cromford. So he's very famous, and it's lovely around there because you've got everything that you could want for, really. It's very much a holiday destination as well, because you've got Matlock Bath, which is right next to Cromford, and then which is Matlock is a spa town, and then not too far from Matlock you've got Bakewell, which is once again like a honeypot for tourists, and then a little bit further afield you've got Buxton, which is another spa town. Anyway, going back to what we did yesterday, so we decided to nip to Cromford, and I said to my husband, have a look on the Too Good To Go. That is an app where you can get different things, sometimes from supermarkets, sometimes from factories, very often cafes or the multi-chained places like Costa, etc. Well, yesterday we ended up picking up a Too Good To Go. It's saving food waste, but it's very good if you're on a budget. So for £3 we went to Cromford Mill and picked up a Too Good To Go bag, which was full of sandwiches because they'd had an event. So quite a lot of sandwiches, a bowl full of really good quality potato salad, homemade. Let me think what else there was. About 3 pieces of apple and cinnamon cake, a Bakewell tart, a small one, and 2 treacle tarts, and a very large container of, I think it's squash, butternut squash soup. It's from Marks and Spencer's, you can see. So all that for £3. We struck lucky. Oh, and apple and orange. We struck lucky because it was, you know, the May Day event. So we decided that we'd travel a little bit further, and we parked up at Winster, which is once again a beautiful place in the Derbyshire Dales. So that was lovely to sit there and have a picnic. You know, and all for £3 for 2 of you, and also obviously things to take home and use the next day. So that's what we did. But I had a lovely walk round the grounds of St Mary's Church at Cromford. There's lots of things for you to do there. You can go on a boat trip, on like a canal boat trip, and it's very reasonable. There's also a little shed there where you can take things and ask if they could mend them. So once again, it's stopping things going to landfill. They'll look at it and give you a price and have a go at fixing it for you. So that's another thing that they've got. Two lovely cafes, one near where the boat is. I think it's called Birdwood, the boat, if I remember right. I think most of it's run by volunteers. There's also a little place that you can hire to stop in. You know, it's for several people. That's near the wharf. Lots of walks around there. You've got Wollersley Castle that used to belong to a Christian society. I don't know whether it still does, but you used to be able to go and stop there. It's just lovely. It's magical, really. Well, we spent most of our time just over the road at the Cromford Mill, the proper mill, because there's a beautiful like little waterfall there. It's so pretty, and also they have a shop. There's several shops there, all individual, and one of the shops that I go in, it's all the funds go to keeping up the mill, you know, so I like to go in there. And so what did I get? I'll just show you what I got. I got some owl cards. They were 50p each, so I'll show you those. What else did I get? Put them somewhere. There we go. These were 50p each as well. I hope you can see them. That one is Ruddington Framework Knitters Museum. Now that's in Nottinghamshire, but I just love the picture. I love anything to do with the past, as you know, social history. So I got that. That's Ruddington Framework Knitters Museum as well. That's the cottages from 1890. I hope you can see that. Just look at that. This is the Wheeler and Wilson sewing machine. This machine employs the rotary hook and stationary bobbin and the 4-motion feed invented by A.B. Wilson, 1852 and 1854. So I just thought I'd show you that, you know, with liking craft work, and you know, I love anything like that. I hope I'm not boring you. So my husband says, don't say that, but I can't help it, because I know it can be like looking at people's photographs. I quite like it, but some people think, oh, no. Right, anyway. Crompton's Mule, 1775. Falcon's Pattern Weaving Loom, 1728. Look at that. And can you see the like punched paper? Now that reminds me of a knitting machine that I had, and you'd have paper like that to go in, and it'd show the pattern then. And I've seen lace being made and fabric where they've used these patterns for the machine. Marvellous, really, and it's a real art to be able to do it. There we are. Arkwright's water frame, 1775. Well, of course, that was where I went to. I know it's shining, so I'm trying to hold it for you. I just love anything like this. And of course, I'm not trying to romanticise, you know, the hard work that people put into it. Hargreaves Spinning Jenny, 1770. Now, most people have heard of the Spinning Jenny. They're very glossy, these are. That looks better. what else have we got? Automatic loom and Northrop shuttle battery, 1939. So this is coming along to a later date. And I couldn't resist this. Hall and Sons. It tells you all the prices of the shoes. I suppose this could be Victorian time. Let me just have a look at the back. From the archives, Staff Magazine, 1912. So I wasn't far off, was I there? Very small writing, but I just liked it. And then I saw this little chap, and I think this was £1, but I absolutely love him because he looks like a Morris man, because he's got the bells and he's got the feathers in his hat. So I just absolutely loved him. And he was held together by a paper clip, and I thought, oh, that it's probably got an envelope on it. Anyway, my husband knew that I'd picked this up. When I got home, there was others behind it, which I didn't realise. So I've got the Morris man, I've got the gentleman silhouette, I've got the lady who looks like she's doing her hair. Correct me if I'm wrong. I love to learn. And the gentleman with his cane. I loved it. And also, I could not resist this. Now this is the Industrial Revolution conference at Cromford Mill, 4th of October 2014. Well, obviously they've had a conference about the Industrial Revolution, and of course in this area it was quite famous. Not many miles away there's Pentridge, and you can read about the Pentridge Revolution and workers' rights once again, which I'm a big advocate for, people sticking up for what's right for them, and equal opportunities as well. I think, you know, I always think about George Orwell, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others, and it's still the case, sadly, but not as bad as it used to be. And of course people were starving, so it's so difficult to think what they actually went through, but you know, thank goodness there were people like this that gave their lives some, you know, because you've only got to look at what eventually happened to them. Very interesting. So it was such a lovely day out. We really did enjoy it, and I could see the meadows that are around Cromford that haven't been touched, you know, they're just left as they are. And we saw some lovely bees. They were mining bees, and there was about 4 of them. And I said to my husband, because he was filming another insect, and I said to him, come and have a look at these, try and catch these. So he managed to catch them, and there's some type of mining bee, and they were black and white, you know, really unusual. And then there was the insect that mimics a bee. It's like a fly, but I forget what it's called now. But what I loved to see was all the plants. There was Viper's bugloss, if you know that plant, lots of red campion. There was buttercups and daisies, and it just reminded me of a song that we used to sing when we were little. And it's lovely to see the meadows again, because it's not very often you see them. And I was brought up in a village that was surrounded by fields, so that was part of my childhood. going to see all the little flowers, and the lady's smock, and different plants like that, and what we used to call chimney sweeps, which is a type of plantain. There was loads of those there as well. So it was one of those days where you didn't know that you were going to go out, and you didn't know where you were going, but it gave so much. I'd give it 10 out of 10 the day, because it was so good. There was so much to see, and it's absolutely beautiful. And also, there was at Cromford on the Mill, because it was used for dyeing at one time, dyeing different colours. And there's one wall, it's called the poison wall, because you know, it's very hazardous, and they've spent such a lot of money cleaning all the stonework, but they have left a portion of it, and they've got like a barrier around it. And I did a little video of that, because it was something that I'd not really picked up on before. But there's all sorts there. There's a visitors centre. When we went a little bit further on, and of course there's the wool shop. I did a picture of the wool shop that sells all different hand-dyed fleeces. Anybody that loves crafts, I would recommend coming to that area, because it's got everything that you would like, and it's such a wonderful shop, that is. You know, if you like anything like that, things for gardens as well, and they very often have special open days. And then when we went to Cromford Mill to go and pick up the Too Good To Go, I didn't have a chance to have a look inside because it was getting on in time, but I will go and have a look there, because it's all to do with textiles, and that's what I really love. So I'm definitely going to go back there. They've also, my husband told me, because I didn't go in, he said that they'd got lots of bobbins for sale, the small ones going up to the big ones, you know, the wooden ones. So I thought that was interesting, and I'll probably do that. Anyway, that's just my little snippet that I thought I'd share with you. And I just thought that some of you might like to see some of the pictures that I've managed to get. So that's lovely. Right, anyway, I've been waffling on for quite a long time. So lots of love, everybody, and I hope you're all getting out and enjoying that sunshine wherever you are. Lots of love. Bye.